I'm making this video, it's the end of the college season, so I figured I'm gonna make this video, show my stats, show what I got, and show what I got gets you in 2025. Maybe disappointed, maybe excited, I don't know. But we're gonna see. First, you gotta go through me though, 'cause that's always important. Well, I'm a white male. I live in rural Illinois, not Chicago, sorry. More like towards Kentucky if you look it up on a map. Really, it's like halfway, but it's more towards Kentucky. I'd say it's a moderately sized town, 9,000 people. My major was math with an interest in computer science, so like applied math, but like I applied for math. I'm gonna do applied math. Another thing about me is I don't want to spend money on college, so it's gonna influence my decision. We'll see later. And my plan is to go to graduate school for applied math and become professor, but plans change. I'm not too stuck on that. But yeah, so that's all about me. Stats, test scores, I got 36 on my ACT. National Merit finalist, I wasn't really sure where to put that. Do I put it in awards or stats? So I just put it in both. So yeah, National Merit finalist. I think I got like a 1500 on my PSAT. GPA is 4.01 weighted. We don't do weighted at my school. And class rank is 1 out of 150 valedictorian. Coursework, summer school, no AP or anything like that. I took the hardest classes available, which for me, I ended at Calc 1 for my highest math class. I ended at physics for my highest science, and I ended at composition 2 for my highest English. And I took online classes in economics and anthropology. Those are a semester each, so half a credit, and those were AP. Yes, yes, they were AP. Yeah, one semester, and they were just outside of school. It wasn't like first school or anything. And then I took 10 dual credit classes, which it was like 10 semesters worth, I think. So it was, yeah, 10 credits of dual credit classes, and that was just through a local community college. Extracurriculars, NHS, I'm not an officer or anything, I know, lame. Student council, I'm a treasurer. I actually did a lot of playing and independent work for this one. Math contest, I created and ran the math contest for my school. I did really everything pertaining to it. I made the problems, I checked the problems, I proctored it, I I raised money so we can get prizes. I released it to the local newspapers, so they can put it in their thing. See, I pretty much did everything with that. FCA, which is Fellowship of Christian Athletes. I was a group leader and a one-time speaker, which I was in front of a decent amount of people, probably like 70, so that was pretty scary. Online math classes, I took online. These are non for credit math classes through Coursera. I took them in complex analysis, mathematical thinking, and logic. And those are probably like 50 hours a piece, probably, yeah. Cultural exchange, I did a cultural exchange with Germany, and I was twice a host for the cultural exchange, to where I hosted them for a couple of weeks. And then I'm also in SAA, which is Society of Academic Achievement. It may sound fancy, but really you just have to have be in the top 10% of your class for like my local area, and yeah, you get in that. Extracurriculars continues as some more sports. I was in cross country. I was a 3-year varsity member, 1-year team manager because I blew out my knee, so I had to be a team manager. Basketball, 2-year varsity member, didn't get in much. Track and field, 2-year varsity member, one-time conference champ, one-time state qualifier, and those are both for the 4x8. I also volunteered at a local sports camp where I was also like voted like a leader, silk purse and basketball camp. I don't remember the exact hours for these, but it was a pretty substantial amount between these two. And this is all in the summer. I'm too busy with school and stuff during the year, so this is just during summer. And for work, I put this on there. But I mean, I've worked a job every summer pretty regularly, about 30 to 35 hours. So that's my extracurriculars. Awards and honors. I'm an Illinois State Scholar, which is just your GPA. It's super easy to get if you're in Illinois. Phi Beta Kappa Young Scholar is a writing tournament. That's not the right word. Writing competition. National Merit finalist again. Top community leader for 2024. I was recognized by the National Rural Recognition Program. I got third place in Illinois for math. Well, it was Illinois and a tiny bit of Missouri, but there's just like this tournament Illinois has. I don't remember what it's called. I got third place in this state finals for math, and I got third in regional for computer science. I got like 50th or something in state for computer science. It was not good, but I got third in math, so that's at least good. Essays plus letters of rec. My essay was worked on for 10 plus hours and was checked by 3 independent writers, one of whom has a published paper. Don't worry, it's not anything big like the New York Times or anything. It was like 20 years ago, And yeah, so it's not like anything crazy like, oh, they wrote a book. No, it's just like 20 years ago they wrote one paper, and then the other two were librarians. So I would say the essays were pretty solid, 10 plus hours of work. I even like completely rewrote it one time, but yeah, it was pretty solid. I basically hit the word limit. I was like 3 words below it. The letters rec were okay, to be completely honest with you. They just felt cut and paste. I signed the release form like where you didn't see them because like I didn't care like whatever. If they're gonna say something, they're gonna say something. And so I didn't read them until I had to get them for a scholarship, and I read them and I was like, these are pretty okay. One had extremely bad grammar, like just sentence fragments all over the place, so that probably didn't help my cause any. But yeah, letters of rec were okay, probably a weak point. Underlying factors, my school was not very competitive. I'm the only national merit finalist in school history, and yeah, my school's just not very competitive. And I know that like the more competitive universities, they judge you. What am I trying to say? In association with your peers, you're judged next to your peers, so that's gonna help my case because my school is just not very competitive. And I didn't take the AP exams for the online classes. If I can go up. Yeah, I didn't take the AP exams for this, not because I just had a legit reason. I just didn't want to take any more tests. So, and I put that on my thing, I just don't want to take any more tests, so I didn't take them. But yeah, I don't think it's a big deal if you don't take two, and I really don't care. But yeah, so those are underlying factors that might have affected my admission. Early action. Oh, I should have something where like I hit a button and it showed, but yeah, this is what I get. MIT rejected, U Chicago rejected. That was pretty rough. First two decisions too. That should not be the first two decisions because I was like really upset. And then I got deferred by Colby, but canceled isn't the right word. I just told them not to. I revoked. Revoked is the right word. Grinnell, I got deferred and I revoked my application. Northeastern deferred and I revoked my application. Illinois. Well, I'm an Illinois resident, so if you're not living in Illinois, getting into Illinois for an Illinois resident is like like if you're literally breathing, they'll accept you. It's not very hard if you're an Illinois resident. I was also a Chancellor Scholar, which is like I think it's just like the top 100 applicants. I'm not sure how it works, but it's basically like the honors college. And I also got an $1,000 scholarship with that. I didn't get anything else then. It's kind of a bummer. And Purdue, I was accepted with their highest scholarship, 16K per year, which I believe is called the trustees. But I didn't get into the honors college, which was really weird because only like 100 people get this trustees. So clearly I was one of their best applicants, but I didn't get into honors college. I bet it's a separate thing, and I whiffed on my essays. But yeah, so I got accepted to Purdue, and then Rochester Institute of Technology. I was accepted into honors. I was accepted into their accelerated masters, and I got their highest scholarship of 27,000 per calendar year. It's still like 60,000 a year, so it's really not that big of a deal. And then we have regular decision. University of Florida, I was accepted. I got an in-state full ride, which was like just below tuition, so it would have cost me a little over 20K to go there. FSU accepted, honors research program, full tuition. Northwestern, I was accepted. North I was accepted. University of Alabama, I was accepted. I was accepted into the honors. I was also accepted into the Blunts program, which is like it's like a liberal arts writing program. It's kind of like graduate school grooming, is kind of a way I would put it. It's teaching you to write and think logically. I was accepted into their research program, Emerging Scholars, I believe, because I'd never done research before, so I did Emerging Scholars. And I got a full ride from the University of Alabama. Is University of South Florida accepted, honors, full ride. Mizzou accepted tuition, I believe. I don't exactly know. I'm pretty sure I got tuition. And honors, Texas Tech, I was accepted, full ride. In Georgia Tech, I was waitlisted, and then I revoked my application because I just didn't care. And I ended up going with Alabama because, again, in the beginning I said I don't want to spend money, and math is something you can learn anywhere. The math they teach at Northwestern, I guarantee, is the exact same stuff they teach you at Alabama. But yeah, I didn't want to spend money, and Alabama is such a pretty campus. It's really nice. And the purpose of the video is not to tell you why I picked Alabama, so I'm getting off topic. But yeah, the purpose of the video is to show you what these stats get you in the big 2025. And yeah, this is what they get you. Pretty okay. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, leave it below. And yeah, thanks.